Shalom Akim, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Brimstone rule well, and to the Akim and the Falcons of the earth, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Yeah, so, man, the tension between the EU and, and all these other nations aligned with Russia is just, a symptom of, how you say it, the EU under pressure. All right. Yeah, this EU alliance has been put under pressure because when nations don't have access to uh, to the playing field, hey, and they have some some tricks up their sleeves, they play an important role in allowing people to get towards the playing field. They use that, and that's exactly what's happening between the EU and Belarus, right? Because of the so-called sanctions, man. You know. So what do? They use that immigration card, the tactics, man, to stir up drama. So that's the chaos, man. That's the chaos that we have to we have to be observant in these last days and times, man. All right, because the stronger nations, you don't really see them on the border. You know, mostly towards the Atlantic area. So I'll play this clip real quick. Then you see exactly what this agenda of financial access and geopolitics, what it brings about.
On migration later today. They will discuss the growing crisis on the border between Belarus and EU members Latvia and Lithuania. Thousands of migrants are currently stuck there after being lured by Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko. He has sought to use the migration flow as a way to pressure the EU into lifting sanctions. Journalists are banned from the border region, but DW's Nick Connolly received mobile phone footage from one of the people stranded there. Take a look.
30 men, women and children from Iraq's Kurdish region stuck in no man's land for days and nights at a time under the gaze of armed border guards, Latvian guards ahead of them and Belarusian guards behind them. Unable to move forward or go back, their only contact to the outside world through mobile phones, kept going by a few precious power banks. One of them, a young man called Rawa, sent us these messages.
Yep, so they caught up in the middle, between Belarus and Poland, border patrol forces. So this is exactly what, you have to envision, and this is not just folks from Iraq, you got folks from Africa there too, folks from Southeast Asia that getting caught up in this political football. So that's why it's important to understand the value of watching the events playing on a world stage, because people's lives can be used as a tool to pressure political parties, political organizations to cave in and to make a deal. Because money's got to flow, and when the money's not flowing, people get disgruntled, and this is exactly what you start seeing.
We just need a help because they're so cold, and the children, all of them sick, and not have milk and not have any food at here.
Like thousands of other Iraqis, these Kurdish families believed that Belarus would provide an accessible and, more importantly, safe route to Western Europe, avoiding the risks of crossing the Mediterranean. They entered Belarus legally on tourist visas and made their way to the Latvian.
And this is what Esau's rulership has caused upon the face of the earth. So I'm going to read from the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 4. And it says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and they that should and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." Okay, and the violence that Esau has waged upon the face of the earth has caused these events to take place. So when you hear of people from the Iraqi region, migrating to Europe, it just shows you that that war that Esau waged over there to have control uh, was going to have a chain reaction. Okay, and that's what you see, man. The war in Syria that Esau was pushing caused a lot of tensions, migration, people trying to get into Europe, they get dropped off in Greece, you know, they run into Turkey, then from Turkey they run into Greece, and it's not just Greece alone that has to deal with it. You have other neighboring countries that are next to Turkey that have to deal with the migration too of people trying to flee, looking for asylum, and people get shipped, or how do we say, they get transferred, to foreign countries, and then those countries are upset because they need to get money to take care of these new asylum seekers, you know. And when the so-called war stops in their country that they came from, where these migrants come from, the migrants don't want to leave. They want to apply and get a job and have an apartment and all that stuff. They want to move up. So that creates a concern, and it's exactly what you got to do with, man. Esau's society. He has turned the world upside down. You know.
Frontier. Their aim was to then cross into EU member Latvia before moving on to Germany and other Western European countries. But they were soon stopped by Latvian authorities, as this footage from Wednesday shows. But instead of being taken to refugee camps for processing, they were taken back to the Belarusian border. But not before these migrants say the Latvian authorities threatened and beat them, even using a taser stun gun.
They hitting us by electronic. I don't know what is this name, but this is an electronic thing that's so bad for the humans. They do that with us.
Latvian authorities are adamant that Belarus is a safe country for migrants from Iraq, and that if they should require asylum, they should apply for protection there. Rather than accept migrants and process them in their own refugee centres, Latvia is attempting to prevent them from crossing the border in the first place, deterring rather than detaining them. Several days into their odyssey, these migrants have, it seems, given up their dream of reaching Germany and just want to go home.
Yep. So it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, man. So that's Esau's rulership, man. This is exactly what has caused. And yeah, the curse is coming upon these nations, man. Because at one point in time, our people served slavery under Elam. We served slavery under the Assyrians. So, and it's what happens, man. So I'm going to read a quick precept again. So this is what the Lord, told us. It says in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 65, "Among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind." And that curse is coming upon these other nations, man. You know, they're migrating too, trying to have a better life. You know, and that's what you have to keep in mind, man. You know that the Lord has a way of making things happen. And Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7 says that, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right. So this is what you have to you know keep keep track of, man. You know, immigration is not a joke, man. You know, just like Esau had to bring folks from Afghanistan over here to the States. You know, that's one thing you have to be, you're going to be exposed to, man. You know, and it's just part of the judgment that the Lord is setting up. You know, so that's upon the I came. You know, the EU is in dire straits, man. You know, because other nations that are not part of the EU, they want a piece of the pie. But hey, when things don't go as planned, they go desperation. You know, so that's the point that I can, expect to see more of these, man. You know, the more you dig, the more you see, and this what you see when there's a power struggle, between one power and another. All right, Shalom.